Hello everyone, this is Taiba again, and in today's tutorial I'm going to introduce this new font that I came across called Rosette, and I'm going to show you how you can play around with different elements and such within the SCAL5 as well as Cricut Design Space. Okay, so we're going to start off. I'm going to type a name by clicking the text box, and I'm going to show you how you can access the special characters and glyphs with this particular font. You see that it's all spaced out. You can go to letter spacing to decrease the spacing. And if it's not to your liking, we can use the ungroup feature in column C. Slide that over as such. I don't like as big as this T is, so I'm going to shrink it a little bit. Like so. And I'm going to move the Y over. Okay? So these are the default letterings for this. What I'm going to also do now, because I want to give you a vision of how you can actually use the special characters and the glyphs and such. So I'm going to duplicate this name, and then we're going to go to FontBook. FontBook is available for Mac, and Character Map is available for Windows. Or you can find a Character Map software that you can download to your computer so that you're able to access those special glyphs. So this is FontBook right here. And if you're on Macbook, you can click that and just type in FontBook, and it'll pop up. So that's how you find it and find out if you do have it on your Mac already without having to download it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my duplicate. I want to change my Y. So I double click the Y so that the cursor is right here. Go to FontBook and drag. Okay, I'm going to erase my original Y, and there we have it. And then I saw a T that I liked to change to, so I'm going to double click so I can bring this cursor up. Go to FontBook and find that pretty T I saw. These are all the different variations that are available for this font. And some fonts you probably don't even know actually have special characters. But this is a list of all of my fonts that I have here. And I'm going to look for that fancy T I saw. That's the original T that we already have. And go down a little bit more. That's the Y we used. And there's the T. So I'm going to click this T and drag it over to my design space mat. And then I'm going to delete the original. Okay, so that is how you access the different ligatures. So I want to delete this because what I'm going to do is whenever you do a design in design space, I want to show you how you can export it to SCAL and make different alterations that you can't do in design space and then bring it back over. So once we have this selected, I want to select it all and weld it because I have it how I want it. Remember in the previous videos I told you to press this line, these three lines up here, and go to settings because I'm going to show you how to screenshot. Select no grid, and you want to do a screenshot by holding the shift button, control button, and number 4. And it's going to change your pointer cursor to this. And just highlight, drag and click your box to cover it. And you'll hear clicking sound. Okay, so we're finished for now in design space. So I'm going to move this over, and then we're going to go over to SCAL. So just imagine that name that I just did was a design of a sort, a t-shirt or something. You can screenshot your whole design and bring it over to SCAL to play around with. So I'm going to select trace, choose my image. My images are automatically saved as screenshots. So I'm going to go there, open it up. Make sure your mode is set to monochrome, and you see that it's tracing the whole thing. Okay, so now I'm going to hold down the shift button and make it bigger. And I actually want to, I don't know why this is blinking right here. Let me see if I can do a new project. Yeah, I don't know why that's blinking right there. But we're going to go back. We're going to keep it moving. Okay, so hold down control and right click. There we go. Make sure your box is highlighted. Hold down control and right click. And you're going to go to appearance, add shadow layer. And I want it to be a mint color. So I'm going to go to green, blue. There we go. Okay, and I select my color. And then I'm going to select my shadow sides. So, you know, you can make it really big, like so, like a cloud, just by scrolling back and forth at this bar. And I want it about that big. If you do an inset shadow, it's going to do the reverse like so. If you do a blackout shadow, then it's going to black out all the big pieces. Let me do this real quick so you can get a vision of it. Maybe I didn't do the whole thing like so. If I didn't do the whole thing like this right here, but I wanted all of these little white pieces filled in, then I would select blackout shadow. Okay? So for this tutorial, I want to do it like this. And I just select OK. Okay? So now that I have that set up, you don't try to move it single like this because then it'll move like that. So whenever you want to move your font and your shadow together, you want to select all. I'm going to hold down the shift button because as big as you make it here, that's how big it's going to be on your DS mat when you export it. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to go to Edit, Select All. We're going to create this into an SVG. So we're going to go to Export, Trinity, Practice, and we make sure that it's set at SVG, and it's going to save to my desktop. We're going to replace that because I was practicing earlier. Okay, and make sure your selection only box is selected and this design space compatible is selected. Those two boxes should be checked. Click OK. And that's that. Okay, so we're going to go back to design space. We're going to upload. And that's Trinity Practice. There we go. Okay, and here it is. It uploads really simply. And we're going to continue. Highlight it and insert this image. And there we go. And that is how we created a shadow with this font. Isn't that cool? Okay. And also here you have it. It's already here grouped together. What you want, I'm going to actually hide this. Okay. If you want to break this up, all you have to do is just go to ungroup. You're able to break it up. And here's the cool thing. If I want to change this to a different color, I could. All I would have to do is go to, let's see, I have a paint splatter. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, love it. Okay, so we're going to get this paint splash, and I'm going to demonstrate. We're going to select complex. This is the slice method, and this is actually something that I'm going to be working with in another tutorial, but I'm going to show you guys this since we have a few moments. Okay, I'm going to save it as this side right here. Save it as the print and cut image. I'm sorry. Save as the print and cut image. Continue. And it's just going to take a moment or two to save. Longer than a moment. Okay, so once it's saved, I'm going to click it to upload it. And remember, you can only slice 2 images at a time. So I'm going to hide this image so we don't have it on our mat. Then I'm going to move, you got to click off it. I'm going to move this paint splatter over here and make it a little bigger so it'll cover the whole thing. As a matter of fact, we're going to hide this. I'm going to get a shape so I can work with it a whole lot better. Okay, select all because we have 2 images and slice. And all I'm going to keep is this box. There we have it. Isn't that a neat tool? Then I'm going to get my shadow. And I want to arrange it to the front so that I can see how much I need to put in this box. There we go. And even if I had to make this box a little bigger, like so, okay, so all of my shadow is in this box. I can go to select all, slice, and we're going to delete the original color, and we're going to delete the box, and that leaves us with this. How cool is that, you guys? I'm giving you guys all kinds of nuggets. Okay, so then we have this. I'm going to arrange it to the back so I can put the name on top. Let me see, was it that one? There we go. And I may have to alter it just a little so that it'll fit. There we go. There we go, you guys. Select all, and I'm going to supersize it so that you can see it. And that is it. Okay, so briefly in this tutorial, I showed you how to use your special characters, glyphs, or ligatures that come with certain fonts. I showed you how to shadow them in SCAL5 and how to create an SVG. And I briefly showed you how to export it from SCAL5 to Cricut Design Space and how you can use the slice method to give your design a unique look. And like I said earlier in the past videos, SCAL5 and Cricut Design Space, you can say Cricut Design Space is the entree and SCAL5 is the appetizer. Both of them are great companion softwares to create something unique and different, and it will set your work apart. So if you guys have any questions about this video, please comment below this video. Join our Facebook group as well so that we